Hello my friends and welcome to today's tarot reading. This is a general daily reading for all signs, but the sign that you're here probably means that there is a special message for you. So thank you so much for joining me today. So today is the 7th of October 2022. October is starting to fly by, isn't it? It's already the 7th. I just can't believe it. And it is a Friday, the day of Venus, the day of love, the day of intention, of how you can communicate yourself in a way that is loving, generous, passionate, and full of desire, in the respect of nourishing yourself and being full with yourself, and loving and seductive and just nice and gooey and lovely. That's what I think. I always think like indulging yourself with a nice meal or bath or something that's just going to show you the love, you know, today. There's no major transits today. The moon is in Pisces, so you may be feeling that kind of dreamy sense, which is probably why I'm channeling that kind of mood at the moment. So yeah, anyway, but otherwise let's crack on with the reading. I will be reading with the Mystic Mondays Tarot, and I'll be clarifying with the Astro Codes Oracle deck. Let's have a little look. Sorry, the Star Codes. I always get it wrong because they've always got like codes or Astro or I don't know. It needs to be something completely different, doesn't it? Anyway, let's have a look. Let me see, by the way, my energy today. Yeah, it is that dreamy, like, energy today. But it is beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Dear Spirit, what messages do you have for the 7th of October 2022? Thank you to all of my returning subscribers. Hello, all of my new subscribers. So good to see you here. Thank you so much for your beautiful, beautiful energy. 4 of Cups. The King of Wands. Reversed. The 7 of Pentacles reversed. The 3 of Swords reversed. Death reversed. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Finally, some explanation to why this is all going on. I'm just like... And the 3 of Wands. I really get that actually in this deck. Because I'm like, I don't see that often in this deck. Okay, right. I see what's going on. So basically, there's some big frustration that's going on with a situation that has not been moving at all. Bottom of the deck energy is the Fool. And then what else do we have? The 7 of Wands. Okay, I'll take it. So we've got the Fool and the 7 of Wands here. I mean, no, I think it goes like that. Yeah, that makes more sense. So, you know, a situation where there has been some kind of movement, some kind of maybe a start had happened, maybe there had been like a project or a love situation where 2 people had got together or something had gone off, and it was destiny that these 2 people met, or destiny that this all happened, but then something happened that caused it not to, you know, somebody maybe to walk away, to think, okay, or maybe that they were complacent with the situation and they didn't really capitalize upon what the real potential of the situation is. And this has got to do with the ego. It's got to do with the fact that somebody's ego got in the way completely. King of Wands reversed is the fire, and particularly with that 4 of Cups right next to it, just tells me that it's like you're not taking an opportunity that is going to allow you to really see the potential of your situation. And with the 3 of Swords reversed, the first thing that's coming to me is an avoidance of pain. But even in respect of an avoidance of pain, the pain is like still coming out. It's still like one of the swords is dropping out. Maybe not these 2, but this one still drops out. So that's why death is reversed, because it still means that this isn't over. And there is a sense of still fighting with demons that this other person triggers in this situation. You've also got the Wheel of Fortune and the 3 of Wands, which says to me that this definitely is not over. This situation with these 3, the situation is definitely not over, because it's almost like that this is a work in progress. So for example, if you've had a situation where, you know, you've got, you've been with someone, and say, for example, you got married or whatever, and you had like a, you know, you managed to build something, or maybe it was just a relationship, like you managed to build something, you were together for maybe a year, whatever. And then, you know, there was a bit of like complacency within the relationship. So somebody was not really seeing what the value of it was, not wanting to take it forward. And when this was confronted, this kind of gave whoever this King of Wands is, this is not specific to a man. This could also be a woman. It's really not gender specific. This is only about the energy. And in the respect of the King of Wands, it's that thing where you have the go and the verve. You may have appeared to have that initially, but then you just got cold feet. So that's what that energy is. It's like, it's almost like you find that your energy is somewhere elsewhere. And it was some, and the thing is that with this Seven of Pentacles, there was no opportunity to actually truly let what the possibility of it could have been grow. And there may have been like some upset about like how the situation had been dealt with. But there is a little bit of a denial here. I'm just getting a real sense of like, yeah, I'm over it. I'm over it. But really, and they are to a certain extent, but then this comes up and then all of these ghosts come up, you know. And there may be a sense of being able to get over the old ghosts so that they can like come back. But I don't know. I'm not really seeing that this person is going to come at you with an energy, or that maybe this person, whoever this person is, I don't see them coming back with something that's promising. Because I still feel like they've got work to do. And they're still in this space where they're not looking at themselves. They're still thinking, they're still trapped in their ego. But then it's not over yet. It's not over yet. The ego is not dead yet, clearly. And they feel like they've missed out. But the Wheel of Fortune is like, this is all supposed to happen this way. And the Three of Wands is kind of like, yep, the ships are out there. They're sailing. They're doing their thing. And they're going to come back. I don't know why. Only this finger is really cold. That's really strange. So, yeah. It's like, there's potential in this situation for things to move and grow. I feel like for those of you who are watching, I feel like this is someone that you know. And yeah, even though I see this as denial of feelings, I do also see this as healing. It's almost like people thinking that, you know, like when you have an injury, when you get hurt, and then you're like, yeah, I'm fine. And then really actually you find out that you're still quite injured. It's that. So yeah, you've still got two massive swords still stuck in your heart. So I would say that you still need some bed rest. So that's okay. That's okay. And I feel like this person is within a space that they can actually work through whether or not they're going to get the rest that they need. I feel like I want to pull more cards on this situation, if I'm honest. Do you want to give me any more cards, Spirit? Okay, yeah. Okay, so we've got the Six of Wands reversed and the Ace of Wands reversed. This is to do with ego. This is to do with ego so much, and also not being recognized. I also feel that, like, if you haven't been talking to each other, or if you haven't been, like, say for example, you're living together and you're not talking to each other, this lack of recognition in self kind of stops you from, you know, really diminishes the creative energy between you both. And that really exacerbates on that King of Wands situation. So, but this is all supposed to happen this way. It's supposed to happen this way. Let me just take one more. King of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, you've been totally challenged. There's been somebody that's been challenged and they're just going through the ego death. I think that's what this is saying. It's the ego death situation. It's not pretty, but, you know, it's part of the process. It's really part of the process. We go through multiple ego deaths. For those of you who watch my channel and understand about that, you know, it's a consistent thing. And it never stops, you know, which is kind of the eternal work, isn't it? Dear Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today? Well, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Mars, and it's in the reverse. Motion. Yeah, there's a sense of like, and I mean, there's a lot of red here. So there's this sense of real kind of stifling on sexual energy. And even with that Mars sign that's kind of like down towards that way, it's kind of like this is really not something that's gonna like make me excited at all. I wouldn't be surprised if this person, whoever it is quite down, is quite depressed, is, you know, in a space. And it may be also that they see others like doing really well around them. They see that everybody seems to be moving and they're not. But this is all supposed to happen. This missed opportunity, or this opportunity where this person has turned this down, or, you know, maybe a friend, like you see them and then they have, you know, they had a really good job prospect and then they decided not to take it because they didn't want to be, you know, like committed to like a job or something like that. But it could have been something that would have kept them going like for a good while. You know, they would have been able to sustain themselves for a little while, even though it wasn't creatively what they wanted to do. But they were like, no, I don't want to do it. And because of that kind of like block, and then now you see them quite depressed and low, and you're just like, oh, I don't know why. You know, it's a kind of make your own bed. So it's just yeah, all you can do is just be a good friend to them and just be there for them and kind of support them through this kind of sense of the dark night of the soul, because it does feel like that. It feels a bit like that, particularly with the King of Wands there. That King of Wands is like two kings reversed. King of Wands, so to do with sexuality and desire and the impetus and the drive, and then the King of Pentacles to do with stability. You know, there's so much balanced on that sense of like that sense of stability, that sense of sexuality and creativity, that if that isn't there, then you know, that's like kind of like the affectation onto the stability, which really shouldn't be the case. You know, they're two separate things, and I feel like when we're able to really be discerning in that respect, you know, that okay, we do recognize that there isn't that drive there. But then we also need to recognize that this is a process. Some days it's not going to be all 100%. You know, energy fluctuates and moves. So I think it's important to recognize that. And I've put it in the shape of a heart because I really feel like this is heart healing. And I remember like when I was unemployed many years ago, and, you know, I had nothing. The only thing I had was my body. And that sounds really ominous. But what I meant is that all I knew is that I just had my physical reality with what I had. So I just started exercising. I started just really putting everything I could into my body and making it as strong as I could be. And it really helped. It really, really helped. And things changed for me, you know, the next year. So it was really beautiful. But, you know, just after, well, actually not even the next year, within a few months, you know, I started to see differences within my body, my whole outlook started to change, and then the outside started to change as well. And I think with like yesterday's quote, with me saying like, you know, your external world is representative of your internal world, that's very much the case here, you know. So if you do know someone that's going through this, just be as supportive as you can be. Try and hold the container. They may be somebody who's not able to react to you in a way that is, you know, they may be quite bitey. They may snappy, because this is a dense energy to be in. But I don't think it's you. I really don't think it's you. And if it is, I'm sorry. you're having to go through this, excuse me. I'm sorry that you're having to go through this, but the Three of Swords is there. So it means that you're moving through this and the Wheel of Fortune is on your side. So just being able to observe it is going to be really good for you. You're fighting your demons if it's you. You're getting through it. And you have the ability to get through it. Just you know, have a look, because Mars is actually in Gemini at the moment. So if you think about aspects of Gemini and about what it is about Gemini that really helps you to move forward, like what attributes of Gemini kind of make you feel good, like that whole communication, reading, writing, expanding your awareness in terms of an intellectual sense, looking at the things that you love, looking at the things that make you light up in the respect of your brain, like, wow, that's a really interesting thing. Maybe not so much creating, but more investigating and researching, like in the respect of that, because the energy level may not be there in terms of the creativity, particularly with the King and the Ace of Wands reversed. But just take it easy on yourself. That's all you can do. Just one day at a time. One day at a time. I hope that was useful for you, my darlings. I'm sending you such a big hug and lots of love. You probably will tell me to go away because that energy is very much like that. But I'm sending you virtual hugs. And I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much to all of my return subscribers. And have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye.